How challenging is upgrading components in small, form factor gaming PCs? Imagine trying to upgrade a gaming PC that fits in a tiny space. It might seem simple at first, but it can turn into a real puzzle. Small form factor gaming computers are built to be compact, which means they use smaller motherboards like Mini ITX or Micro ATX. These boards are much smaller than the standard 8TX boards used in bigger cases. Because of this, upgrading parts is not as straightforward as in larger systems. One big challenge is space. Small cases have very limited room inside. You might only have enough space for low-profile graphics cards or compact power supplies. For example, a standard full-size graphics card might not fit at all. You may need to find a low-profile or slim version, which can cost more and sometimes have fewer features. Sometimes, you might even have to use PCI riser cables to reposition the GPU to make room for other components. Thermal management is another tricky part. Smaller cases have less airflow, so cooling is harder. Upgrading to more powerful CPU or GPU creates more heat. You might need to use specialized low-profile coolers or small liquid cooling systems designed for tiny spaces. These cooling options can be more expensive and harder to install, especially if you are new to building. Compatibility is also a concern. Because of the small size, you have to double-check that every new part will fit. For example, adding more RAM might require low-profile modules to avoid hitting the case lid. Storage options are usually limited to M to solid-state drives because there isn't enough space for multiple 2.5 or 3.5-inch drives. Planning ahead is essential to avoid buying parts that won't fit. Cable management can become a real headache. Tight spaces mean you need to be careful routing cables so they don't block airflow or interfere with other components. Using shorter cables or custom cables can help keep everything neat and cool. Overall, upgrading a small form factor gaming PC takes more planning and patience. You need to research component sizes carefully, think about cooling solutions, and sometimes get creative with hardware placement. But with the right approach, you can keep your tiny gaming machine powerful and up to date. It's not impossible, just more involved than upgrading a larger, more spacious system.